Definitely, if they do like that, you will have to ask Magufira guys and Masai branch and branch. You have to ask all those ones. Right? So when you are asking all those other ones, it's like you are trying to identify the requirements, what those people are requiring. So you ask those questions. So the questions that you are asking here, you are only trying to ascertain as to what is required, so that at least you procure the right material as needed. Okay. So this topic that is here is identification of requirements. How do we identify requirements? So several members I wanted us to get to the topic here. Identification of requirements in procurement. So here we are going. Yes. Identification of requirements. Okay. As part of this planning process, as I indicated earlier, the procurement entity will have to define its procurement requirements. It will have to Mr. Benj.
Yes.
What? Individual of the last weekend. Started this time now. So I don't know. I never know.
One of the other more. Okay, so as part of the planning process, we are saying, I saw this guy. Okay. So, as part of the planning process, the procurement entity will have to define its procurement requirements. So, a critical aspect of this task will be the preparation of adequate specifications. A critical aspect of that task of identifying the requirements is the preparation of adequate specifications. Now, the success of a particular procurement depends on the specification being accurate. If the specifications are accurate, definitely the procurement process is also going to be accurate and successful. Because if the specifications are not accurate, definitely you take those inaccurate specifications to your supplier, and definitely the supplier is going to supply you things that are not accurate. Welcome, President. Morning. we are not very far, and I know you catch up. And of course, actually, what we discussed last time and what we discussed today, I haven't shared, so I'll be sharing for the first time. Yeah, sure. Alright. What we are discussing here, we are discussing the identification of requirements by a procurement unit, or identification of requirements in procurement. So I was just introducing it that you as a procurement unit, or the head of procurement unit in an organization, whenever you are being asked to procure materials, maybe for the organization or for the user department, first of all, you ask for the specifications of whatever is required to be procured. You cannot just say, somebody approaches you and says, you know what, sir, we need computers, please buy us computers. Definitely you have to ask person, what kind of computers, with what specifications, and so on and so forth. So, when planning for procurement, part of the planning process is the identification of requirements. So, that's what we are discussing. So, we are saying, as part of the planning process, the procurement entity will have to define its procurement requirements. What do we require? And of course, the items that are needed here, they should have what specifications. So, a critical aspect of this task will be the preparation of adequate specifications. The success of every procurement process depends on the accuracy of the specifications. So, if you fail to prepare the specifications properly, definitely you have wrong specifications. If you have wrong specifications, even if you place an order, the supplier is going to supply you according to the specifications that you gave him. So definitely it's going to give you items that are different from what were required by the user department. Why? Because you never prepared the specifications properly. So it is always very important to cross-check again and again and again the specifications so that you are so sure. And let's see what is involved when it comes to the preparation of those specifications in order to achieve that accuracy we're talking about here. As we proceed our discussions, we are going to see who is involved and what is involved in. Okay, the specification writers, or those that are preparing the specifications, must ensure that the specifications adhere to the principle of open and effective competition. Anyway, that is just a tip. So we are saying specifications. But these specifications, we are told they are divided into three types of them. So when we are confronting them, when we are approaching them, at first, right now, we should keep at the back of our mind that we have three types of specifications. So there can be some others, but these three are the three main ones. Let us list them down. One is performance specifications. That's one type. The second one is technical specifications. And of course, the third one is functional specifications. So, as we said, you are an organization. You belong to an organization. Actually, this department, the procurement department, belongs to an organization, a big one like this one. So, they are saying, when we are talking about specifications, you should know that they are divided into three. Meaning that whenever they are approaching you, requesting you to procure something for them, you have to know that, okay, let me ascertain performance specifications first, let me ascertain technical specifications, and let me ascertain functional specifications. So here's the scenario where you are a head of procurement unit. Procurement manager, procurement whoever, organization manager. Now, in there, I'm the user department. I've approached you. I mean, you don't get the phone if you know my role is to play my role one day. Somebody to play my role day. Then, something drama, accounting, person, drama, my role day. Oh, okay, Joe. First situation that in your mind is issue of specifications. Okay, I think my role is okay. I don't want to put a kind of specification. I'm going to go show you. Not my role, no. I'm going to design this mean how I have for it. Make my social media part of sale. I would divide I'm going to divide into 3 types. Nini zakusa according to those 3 types. So that at the end of the day, I'll be able to prepare now specifications and send it to the supplier. Now, you look at the performance specifications. Now, they say performance specifications define performance required of an item. The performance required for an item. There is the instance manager multiplied by it can be Parimarole Kuzamuna Kunyama 20 tons of load. And enough to Yama 50 tons, enough to Yama 10 tons. Performance it depends on in many opportunities. Is either I take from Marole and also Yama 20 tons. Okay. Immediately you teach Mule, Marole and 20 tons. That is the performance specification. Secondly, you look at the technical specification. Now, when we say technical specification, is we look at the technical aspect of that particular item and includes the physical appearance or the physical makeup of that particular item. So, when it comes to, let's say, you can look at probably the fuel consumption. Fuel consumption, that is the technical aspect of it. Okay, typically, up to 20 tons. Now, technical specification, fuel consumption, so much. So to funa use Commerce, when it comes to speed, at this speedometer up to this much. Those are some technical specifications. Commerce, engineer and certain horsepower and all those other ones. Those are also specifications. Gadari Marole, no, that is the physical appearance of it. And they also belong to the specifications, to technical specifications. So you have here, munafuza specifications okuzandi kutegera kuti ngayamwe karundo kawanti akuza. Tena baba ama technical specifications akuza. Chachiwiri, achachirana and functional specifications. Mambo yako kuti kufuna gari kutokozanya 20 tons kabere 20 tons kwa mbele fuel consumption is ajira kwa mbele komanda functional specifications kodi zanyamana because that one also will help the procurement guy to decide the right thing for your purpose. Equals of fact that we don't go to the God so take from him there they was also called from a very good you take place when you have what is wrong. Madam is not 20 tons. You can at least see that government America Yamure quality, Niam government America, because of Pandostiana, when it comes to Munamapa, you have another material, you have a government. But the government can report the other government five, but Namana material is just for 1 minute, Yamura got to be okay. But Yamura quality, it won't last. So, these are the functional specifications. So that this person was able to okay. The government will union of 20 tons, I think Makamura Kaya. I think that also government fuel consumption is a dealer. Once the government are good as young as they have to come with a carry. So, if you take these specifications and you go to the showroom, Kamama supplier now is you find that it has hundreds of cars around here. You have here in every phone carry will be made in England up to 10 times. The showroom guy will tell you, oh, Makamura, Onyama 20 times, I think it's here. You are subtracting, right? You are saving, you safer. You go to my track and I will be asking 20 times. That's the amount. And next, consumption is now this much. Okay, that thing we are not going. They will just do that. You are now in it down, right? You are the procurement person. I am not procurement here. Okay, procurement, as the first thing, what is good? Hey, what is good? Yeah, but what is good? They will not either wage, even in the name of what is good. In the Osewa, they are design, in the Osewa, their consumption, yeah, and see, now you have narrowed it down to a current model that can manage the current quality. Then you give the right one. Only by doing that, you'll be able to buy the right material or the right equipment, if it is an equipment. So, specifications handy. One, as I was saying, it helps the procurement guys to procure the right material, to get the right material for the job that is needed. Now, what are the benefits of functional and performance specifications? Functional and performance specifications. What are the benefits? One, they encourage suppliers to offer alternative solutions. They encourage suppliers to offer alternative solutions. What does this mean? It is possible that when you were planning to procure this truck, you had a brand in mind. You said, if you to Funa Muna Tata truck, this is what we want. Because that one is reliable. You have all the resources to have Tata truck. Then you go to the show, to the supplier. You tell the supplier, I need a Tata truck. Tata truck, do I have it? Let me check. Anyway, let me see the specifications. Then you find that the specifications that are there, they are also present in some other trucks that are there, but they are not vehicle trucks, or they are not Tata trucks. We get right? So you can make an alternative to that. You know what? Based on the specifications that are here, now that the Tata trucks are no longer available in the market, but you can still try this one, you can still take this one, it's okay. Because the specifications that you're saying 20 tons, this one can take 20 tons. You're saying the horsepower must be so and so. This one, that's the horsepower. The fuel consumption, you say it should be this one also the same. And when it comes to carrying quality, this one can carry quality. It's like now you have assisted the supplier to assist you further. Because without these specifications, it will be difficult for him to recommend anything alternative for you. So if you have just said now, we don't have Tata trucks here, they are not on the market, maybe try Zambia. You go to Zambia, they tell you the thing, maybe try Mozambique, you go to Mozambique, they tell you the same thing. Why? Because they are not specifications. Yet, those suppliers that we are meeting in Zambia and Mozambique, they also have the alternatives. They could have had alternatives and they could have given you. But simply you didn't have the specifications, it was difficult for them to help you. So that's another benefit. The second one is it discourages biasness to a particular supplier. It discourages biasness to a particular supplier. In other words, it encourages merit when it comes to procuring stuff, not biasness. Because you can have multiple suppliers in front of you, and some of those suppliers are your friends, your relatives, and whatsoever. If you just say, guys, I'm going to put some laptop on the table, different laptops for, definitely you will know, you still go, you first of all go to your friend or whoever was you. I'm going to listen. That's bad. There's no fairness in the law. And there's no merit. Whereas, with the specifications, it will still, merit will come into play. Why? Because even those four suppliers that will come in front of you, they will have to go by the specifications. I mean, are you using these specifications? Yes, you did. Are you using these specifications? You did. Are you? No, this one. This one is qualified. Let's see. At the end of the day, you get the best based on the specifications that are there. So, at least to a certain extent, they encourage merit against biasness. The second one is that they focus on the result that is output and not input. They focus on the result is output and not input. So, functional and performance specifications, they always focus on the result, and that's straightforward as it is. Because performance specifications, Tibiana published to the one is to do Hawaii, Tibiana manage. That is the output. Tibiana people now. Chief functional, it has to that's what they're looking for. So it is easier for you to go and just do like that. So such kind of specifications, they are good, they focus on the results. Now, there's a tip here. Development of specifications will involve close liaison between the user, the procurement officer, and any specialist involved in writing specifications. So when you are identifying and writing down these specifications, there must be liaison or coordination, close contact. You should always be contacting each other.
Now, who are these people that are supposed to be liaising? The procurement officer or the head of the PGE, that is. Who else here? The user, and of course any other specialist. You can outsource anybody who is at least knowledgeable enough in that particular field to do with that particular item or that machinery. Of course, he or she also knows how to prepare these specifications. Such coordination will always encourage transparency, but again, accountability. And you always take collective responsibility should something go wrong. Because if you were just alone on your own as a procurement, you say, no, let me just write the specifications. Write the specifications, you take them to the supplier. At the end of the day, there is a problem. It is easy for the others to step back and say, hey, if it's good, maneuver later. People maneuver, and so on and so forth. If it is to do with consequences, the consequences will be faced by you and you alone. Whereas, if there was kind of coordination, whatever happens, there is always a collective responsibility. I will take the responsibility over what has happened. So that's a tip. And there is another tip here that they say you can also involve the suppliers themselves to guide you on how best to come up with those specifications. However, this one I always think there is a danger in here, because the suppliers out there, they are in a competition. They know that they are not alone. Now, if you call a supplier, could he specifications whatsoever, he will take advantage of that platform to entice you maybe to buy, whether to bribe you to do whatsoever, that you can just buy from him. Because it is difficult for the supplier to be honest to say, they will try their best to manipulate you that you will still buy them. But anyway, as the advice, you can still seek their expert advice on the same. Those are the suppliers who are well experienced in such kind of things. Now, since you are planning for procurement, and the user department has asked you to procure, and you said, let us prepare the specifications, and you prepare the specifications together in close liaison and proceed. The next thing is to figure out where we find such kind of items. Where do we find this kind of machine, or where do we find this kind of materials? So, this takes us to sourcing and market research. Sourcing and market research. You can write down whatever is up to it. So, a procurement unit has the responsibility of doing a market research and see who are the suppliers of the market and how stiff is their competition. That is the suppliers. Why do you need to do this? You want to get the best in a cost-efficient manner. If you want to get the best in a cost-efficient manner, first of all, when you go onto the market, you don't just go there and pick whatever you found there. You still have to move around and see how many suppliers are here and how much are they charging in terms of pricing target. Only after doing that, you'll be able to get the best in a cost-efficient manner. But again, if you do that research properly, you find that at the end of the day, you discover that on the market, there are multiple suppliers that are there. There is not only one or two or three suppliers, there are multiple of them. Now, since there are multiple suppliers, what comes next? It gives you some courage that I can negotiate for discount, I can bargain or something like that. Why? Because there are very many. If this one refuses, I can go to this one. If this one refuses, I can go to that one, and so on and so forth. So, the first and foremost thing is to make sure that you cast your eyes wider. Casting your eyes wider means doing that research on the market and see how stiff the competition is among the suppliers. Now, you may have your traditional suppliers that when it comes to this item, basically there is that one who normally offers this to us. But as a business person who is also motivated by profit making, basically when you're in business you are motivated by that aspect of making profits. So you cannot just go for the usual supplier just for the sake of royalty. Yes, royalty is important, fine, but you also want to maximize your output at the same time minimizing the invoicing. So, despite the fact that you already have those existing suppliers, you still have to do the market research again because there can be new entrants on the market without you knowing. And those new entrants on the market probably they're even offering better products than those that you've been getting from your traditional suppliers. And in fact, since these are new entrants, even their prices, even some terms and conditions can be a bit more flexible. Why? Because they won't enter into the market. This one can serve as an advantage to you. You take advantage of their circumstances since they are new entrants, they are a bit flexible, whatever. You harness that one and you use it to your advantage. So, despite having the traditional suppliers, but still search for new ones. So, market research should be an integral part of everyday work in a professional procurement unit. Market research should be an integral part of everyday work in a professional procurement unit. Try as much as possible to keep yourself updated on the new developments on the market. Who are the new suppliers? Do you have new suppliers on the market? Oh yes, then I'm going to supply to we have, and even the traditional suppliers, have they produced a new product on the market? Yes, what is it? So and so. So that you are kept updated. So that whenever you are being requested to proceed with your procurement process, you know where to go or who to contact. The key to successful tendering is careful with regular work to identify products with a proven quality. A key to successful tendering is a careful preparatory work to identify products with proven quality. And of course, suppliers with adequate resources and establish the reputation. Market conditions are always fluid. When you're saying they're always fluid, they keep changing. Market conditions, they keep changing. There are very many factors that are responsible for such kind of condition of being fluid. There can be changes in the taste of customers. Many consumer from time to time. It is not always constant. There can be economic conditions of that particular economy. Probably the economy is not stable, just as we are experiencing right now. Our currency is not stable. We are complaining this and that. So we can say our economy is not in a stable condition. Such kind of thing will determine the behavior or will dictate the behavior of the market. Therefore, such being the case, suppliers must always recognize that they do not have an automatic right to new businesses, and that the procurement officer is trying to establish tough competition on every new purchase. Now, this is a tip to the supplier in this case, and of course, even a tip to the procurement guys that since the markets are always changing, they are not always fixed in their behavior. The suppliers must always be flexible and be ready to adapt to changes. At the same time, you, the procurement guys, should also understand the same, of which when you are approaching the supplier, you should always take this gospel to him. So, things are changing on the market. So, this is the new trend that is happening. Now, since this is the new trend that is happening, at least I can get this product in this way and that. If this one is rigid, you can go to the next supplier. But you can only do this if you are able to understand and follow what is happening on the market. By
align the supplier with the prevailing circumstances on the market. So, another tip here is, it is important to maintain an up-to-date supplier database containing details of contracts carried out by supplier and details of their technical performance. You are a procurement person. You should always keep an up-to-date database. When you say up-to-date database, that is a bank of records regarding the suppliers that are available on the market, and this is an up-to-date database or updated bank of information regarding the suppliers that are there, their performance, what they've been doing before, and of course probably the details of what they've been doing, what they've been offering. That will help you whenever you need to contact one. Say you need to procure stuff or services within the shortest period of time, you don't have time with you. It is easy for you, if you have this database, just to contact 2 or 3 of these suppliers that you know, because you already have their details in the database. You call them, you discuss with them whether it's to evaluate them or whatsoever, using the short methods that have been recommended by the IPTC in at that particular moment, then you hire them. Why? Because you didn't have time with you. But this has been done because you had the information in the database. If you didn't have, it would still be very difficult for you and it would take you time. So, apart from the procurement unit's own database of suppliers and the general knowledge of the marketplace available in the procurement unit, there are many other sources of information or potential suppliers. Some sources of information for suppliers include business journals or periodicals. The journals are like some booklets or some newsletters that are basically focused on business. So if you get access to those ones, you come to know the existence of suppliers on the market and probably the products that they introduce on the market and so on and so forth. We have trade associations. So today, in this age and era, almost each and every trade, they have an association. That's why we have association of truck drivers, whatsoever. There's an association of that one. If you are part of that association, you come to know the trending issues in that particular family. Fuel Transporters Association, Minibus Owners Association, and so on and so forth. They are just very many. Through such associations, you come to know of the new suppliers that are on the market or new products that are introducing. That's another source of getting information. Of course, we have business directories, we have supplier catalogs, we have exhibitions or trade fairs. These are some of the sources through which you can get information regarding suppliers, so that at least you are always well updated as to what is happening and who are the suppliers, and so on and so forth. What else? Okay. In whatever you are doing, make sure that you are sure of the supplier that you are engaging. That is, if you are looking for positive results. They say prevention is better than cure. So, this procurement that we're talking about here should only be carried out with reliable companies which can provide the most efficient manner the goods and services needed. Because all what you need is good service delivery. Mind you, in your organization, you are also delivering services probably to others. But the success of your service delivery, trust me, will be also dependent on the success of your procurement. Let's say the material that you procured to process something, the chances is only the production. So, while if the procurement is successful, whatever you deliver will also be successful. So, dealing with unreliable suppliers will usually result in failing to get the best value for money. Dealing with unreliable suppliers will usually result in failing to get the best value for money. Write something Competency requirement. Competency requirement. So over there, let's stop there. And this one, this one plus the other one we discussed last time. I'll just forward you just now. So what am I doing? Zero double entry. Command we need to 2 minutes. You have time. How much time do you have? Today we're doing this, right? Right. That's right. Did you remember? 30 minutes. Well, not 20 minutes. Okay, 30 minutes. Sorry.